Hey friends, it's Stephanie and Beth, and we're here today to offer another segment of information about our community home and answer some more detailed questions about how the home works and what's going on in there with the residents.
Okay, at the home, what we have unique to our community home is what we are calling our Individual Independence Plans, or IIPs. For those of you in the educational settings, these are a lot like IEPs. However, these are specifically geared towards functional behaviors in the home environment that are required for a person to enjoy independent living.
Right, so our three residents, basically we observed them in different areas, and then we came up with goals for them, and then the goals are monitored and measured, and then every 4 months we meet and we talk about whether or not goals were met, if they need to be revamped, if they need to be dropped from their IIP. And so that's, we're coming up on our first 4-month evaluation period.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll see, for this first time how well this plan is working. So we came up with it. It looks great on paper.
Well, I think it is actually working very well. In some areas, the guys are not needing any reminders for goals that we, in the beginning, felt like they would at least need 2 reminders for. So the idea is that as we go along and they improve in different areas, that towards the end of their plan, if they're achieving all of their goals with no reminders, then they can move on to a lesser degree of managed care that's a more least restrictive environment for them.
Right. It would be like in education where you master a goal. So if they master these, then they're headed towards, independence.
Right.
So, which, the home itself is a transition home. We're not hoping for these boys to live in this house forever. So we've come up with kind of these are phases, basically, and this home is phase 1. So this is transitional home phase 1, where it is 24-hour care.
Right.
All right.
And within the home, in addition to their IIPs, we also have 3 programs that we offer. Mm-hmm. The dominant program is a life skills program, and then our 2 subdominant program are therapeutic and enrichment.
Right.
So would you go into more specific details about what those different programs mean?
Okay. So life skills is really important for people who are on the autism spectrum, because for the most part, life sometimes is a puzzlement for them, and they don't really get life like typical people do. And so you're a lot of times having to teach life skills that you wouldn't just to a normal person, all right? So we, in the home, we have to focus on what do we need to teach you so that when you leave here, you'll be independent in this area, like washing dishes, washing clothes, picking up things, cleaning up things, keeping things organized, budgeting. So these are all things that a lot of us take for granted, but sometimes they really don't really get that. And so we have to actually teach them that. So those are some of the life skills. Hygiene, all right? You wouldn't think that you would have to discuss that, you need to have personal hygiene and it should be taken care of every day. So these are all things that fall under life skills, all right? And then our therapeutic would be more along the lines of taking care of their mental and emotional health. for example, a lot of people on the autism spectrum have anxiety. And so we may try to come up with some type of therapeutic program that targets how to self-regulate with anxiety. And, some coping skills and, what should I do if I feel that anxiety is, building up over some situation. All right, so that would be therapeutic. And then enrichment, the guys really love this because enrichment a lot of times is our, if we're doing like personal training, like weightlifting or cooking. They've done some art projects. Right now they're building birdhouses. So all of those things fall under enrichment. Okay, so it's kind of, there's a lot more to it, but that kind of gives it to you in a kind of a nutshell. All right.
Okay.
What else?
I don't know. What else?
Did I leave out anything? Okay.
I don't know. I guess we would want to talk about our visions for phase 2 and phase 3 because when a person graduates to a lesser restricted environment, they still need the same types of programs. They still need managed care, but just not to the same extent that transitions phase 1 residents need.
And so, in our next video, we're going to go over more specifics on what we have planned for phase 2 and phase 3. All right?
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. I was